we're back. I'm back, baby.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back? Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening. Yulia? Oh no. All right, I can do that. Poor guy. My uncle was a victim at rheumatism's altar, and he ended up killing himself. All right, got it.
I need you to stop Fabia entering the empty shrine and tell the new arrival he'll find what he's looking for in there.
All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
That's it.
I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
I love not having to do all the tasks of the time loop again. I love that once we do a task, it gets done by that dude. He's all right. Okay, so we got stuff. We can collect the 4 pieces, or we can listen to the whispers for clues about a way to escape. That's what we can do. We also need to find 5,000 money. We're getting close. The design in this game is like excellent. I mean, I can't fault. There's not much I can fault. I know that he does, and yet does he? The implication of he watches through their eyes implies that if there's not a statue around, we should be able to do stuff and not break the rule.
Lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Let's see if...
Would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
Let's see if there's any, like...
Follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Oh.
Ah, you're here. And there's a light. Oh, I see. You prefer the company of men. Maybe you should go and make friends with Virgil instead. I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so
She says
intriguing
this
anymore.
no matter
Let's just
what
forget
we
that ever
say.
happened, so we can at least do business. So, what brings you to my tavern?
If I have an interest in her, she says, suddenly you're not any intriguing. If I say I'm not interested, she says, suddenly you're not, I'm not interested.
All right. See ya.
I just wanted to see.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant labor, just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world. So this place accepts all the souls, but it does not notice the crowds that come. Say it. Speak its name. Then it is true. I was right. I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
Sure, why not?
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales
The infernal
vapor,
regions.
and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come.
Hey, you just said that
There
one.
the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives. And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
You're welcome, lady. Now give me all your money. I need cash now. You know what's not? You know, I feel like some stuff replaces itself and some stuff doesn't. Like, the money that we stole doesn't seem to replace itself. You know? If we stole money, it doesn't seem to replace itself. I could be wrong. I guess I haven't gone back to check. But I thought it didn't replace itself. I guess we never stole any of that, so it's still there. But alright, well, our next mission is to get the other plaques or listen for clues. I feel like I don't know what's behind that door, but I want to know. Don't steal anything, don't hurt anyone, don't. Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Don't. Don't stab anyone in the face. Don't do it.
Keep an eye out for Santilla, would you? What is it, citizen? All right.
Do not touch Willie. That's good advice.
You're allowed a weapon and I'm not.
Because I am awesome, and you are less awesome. Only awesome people can carry weapons. Not awesome people.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's. Feeling all right? That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I think the chest was this one. So there are multiple ways to apparently to get a key to that
May
chest.
Apollo keep you safe.
I guess.
Shiny.
Salve and welcome. Need something? Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can. I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me, a fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am. Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this'll help. Late last night, I was cleaning my oven when I heard some noises outside. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell and was snooping around again. So I put my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who, it was too dark. I called out to them, but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch, and the light glinted off something metallic. Armour, I think. So I suppose it could only be one of 3 people. Horatius, Domitius, or Rufius. I hope that helps. All right. Thanks again for
This game's junk.
taking care of our problem. I won't forget.
What does that
it.
mean? What's junk? Is that a new term? A generous pinch of yeast, a pinch of salt, 2.5 cups of warm water, a pound of flour. A pound? Here you go. Somebody make this bread. Make it. You gotta pour the water and then dissolve the yeast, add the water, add the flour to a separate bowl, and then add the water and salt. Knead until the dough isn't sticky. Cover the dough and leave in a warm place. Warm place. Oh, there's there's not more. Near the oven for an hour. Bake until the crust is gold and allow to cool. Yeah. Let's do it. I think that would. I think you would end up with bread. Bread is super simple.
Shiny.
Hello there, friend. May I say, that is a glorious bow you're carrying. Do you mind if I ask where you acquired it?
I took it from the shrine of Diana, only discovered you'd locked me inside with angry hornets. I managed to escape, and after a harrowing ordeal in the palace and traveling back in time, here I am.
Are you well, stranger? Have you been out in the sun too long? You seem a little confused. Perhaps you should go and see Lucretia in a clinic. You mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale. All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from
If
the
I
enemies
shoot
of
him, it'll
Rome.
break the rule.
Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional
I'd like
slave.
to.
Fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing through a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. but the captain's happy to take my coin. So I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
You chose the cart, didn't you?
Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber. Naturally, I dived in after it, hoping to salvage my fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something, because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank, not far from here.
He
with nothing in the world but a
deserves to be
single silver
shot.
coin. I couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here. Very well. Another time.
Oh yeah, that's his shopping list. So he wants to. I really want to stab him. Like, really, 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 really want to stab him. But hey, who's this?
Hello? My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up.
Oh yeah?
I don't know. I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because I was looking for treasure. Yes. But I wasn't. I was just looking. They said I did it more than once. But I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called me a liar, Billy. Yes. They said I have to live here now.
A liability.
They gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could read it for me?
Okay. I am writing to you in relation to your incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from your obsession with an alleged lost treasure. While I am sympathetic to your plight and the passing of your guardian, Hannibal, some weeks ago, I wish to impress upon you an important message. The treasure you seek does not exist. Given your memory limitations, it seems likely you simply misremembered. More importantly, since you have on several occasions been caught trespassing, including around the cisterns, which are strictly off limits to all citizens, I have reluctantly come to the conclusion that you are a liability to this community and must have your freedom limited, lest you break the golden rule. It is my hope that this letter will assist you to remember why you are incarcerated, should you experience further lapses in memory.
What does it say? My treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said, if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend Galerius and Ek the priestess lady. She's a nice lady. Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot. Galerius already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what. What about the rules? I don't want everyone to get in trouble because I was bad. Like Galerius. He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything. If you help make him magistrate, he can get me out of here, and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious. Bye-bye.
Alright. We got a new quest. I don't know. I know he watches through their eyes. That's not helpful. Be more helpful. Also, who's Galerius? Look, he was drinking something when he turned to gold. Or looking at something. So do these statues not turn their head for everybody? Is it just me? Then? That guy? No. Not that guy. Can't be that guy. Maybe it is that guy. Where is he? He's right down there. I see him. I see him. I can see him, but I can't get to him. Oh! Okay, well, never mind. This is going down. Alright. He's right down there. See, there he is, right there. Right by that statue. Is there a zip line anywhere? No. Oh, here we go. Here's a way down. Oh, no, that's the bridge. Okay, well, I think we can get to him from here. Bop, 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 bop. This game has some excellent exploration stuff in it. Hey, Galerius. Yo. Yeah, no wonder I've never visited you, because you're all the way over here. Jeez, you're like in the middle of nowhere.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king.
Yeah, like him.
For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pellades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped
I don't
to a
know. This
wheel
one's
going round and
this is
round
not
forever.
so bad.
But on the bright side,
With you here,
he's not stuck in
Galarius.
the underworld like they all were.
Oh yeah. At least there's that. I'm not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in. Anytime, friend. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? And if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
I have questions.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend.
What?
Now, what's on your mind? I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never gonna do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's gonna take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. That's good enough for me. And how could you know that? I mean, I don't like the man, but I don't see how you could know a thing like that. I suppose you're right.
What are you talking about? You know about my thing.
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life. Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling
Let's see
it.
how he got here.
I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and 2 little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. I sprinted so fast I almost threw up. But by the time I
Hate
got
when that
back,
happens.
he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young. It was a struggle.
How did
More
you come
raiding
to get
started
here?
before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, when my sisters and I had nothing
Galarius is a
left to steal,
talker.
there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns.
Okay.
When I think about it. Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved.
Man, he is a talker.
So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming and shouting. Never seen anything like it. Human beings acting like cattle. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. Stumbled across this place and started my life over again.
See, you could have told me that at the beginning.
What I thought too, for a while.
I didn't ask for your
Seems
life
the gods
story.
aren't done tormenting me yet. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the grasping hands of the Romans. Or so I thought. Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right? So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion thugs who took everything from me. I'm right back where I began. But don't you worry, Nemesis is waiting, and he'll get his, one day. He'll get his. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away sometimes. Thanks, friend. I knew I liked you. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
No, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Apparently. Well, this is gonna take a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do all this work, but I mean, I could. What about the priestess? That's where I'm going, I think. Isn't it?
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over
Oh yeah.
you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I beg your pardon? Oh my. That is quite a lot to take in. You'll have to give me a moment. Let's see. If that is indeed the case,
Moment.
I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we? We don't have much to go on, except the old stories.
Yeah. I've heard this before.
May 14th.
I've heard this before. We've already talked about this, lady.
Ave again. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask? I like the idea, but I know Galerius well, and his position has always been that he won't run unless Malleolus withdraws. It was only yesterday that he said to me he'd only ever run if it was absolutely necessary to make sure Sentius wasn't re-elected. So, I suppose if you'd like to see Galerius elected magistrate, you need to persuade Malleolus to withdraw.
I got some stuff on him.
All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course. That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me, either. There are some women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself, but in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent, but if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election. By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course. Certainly. See you again soon, I hope.
Alright, let's see if I can get him to withdraw. I've got like I think I got some blackmail on him, don't I? I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty sure I got some blackmail. I know you can't move, you're a statue. Jeez. there's that. I don't want to go in there. All right. I know where I want to go. I need more money also. Okay, I know where I am. And this is where I want to be. Because the easiest way to get into the temple is to do this.
Salve, friend. Welcome. That's good. If you're well, we've all. I still. Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have, I couldn't in good conscience give it to you. That's all I'll say. What you're doing is disgusting, and it's not going to work. Shame on you. All right, well, it was lovely to meet you.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there.
That's the...
What?
Blah, 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 blah.
Please,
I'm sorry.
please, help him. Thank you.
I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Orpheus, no!
I don't think I can save him without the money. I was trying to bluff, but it didn't work.
I'll have to let every... And I...
All right, here. I didn't actually want that to happen, but I was gonna just jump off the edge myself. So you know.
Thank you. Thank you. I am deeply honored to have been elected.
I'm pretty sure I got blackmail on him.
Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored.
Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above?
Oh yeah, look, he's got the.
Either
Oh
extremely
yeah, I know the blackmail I've got on him
clever.
now.
Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me? My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
You have one green eye and one blue eye, just like the description of this execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Apparently, Quintus also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted? Look, if I had a Roman plaque in my possession, I'd be happy to sell it to you, but I don't, so I can't. Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands?
Yep.
Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Because if you don't, I'm going to kill you.
You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh. Apparently threatening somebody with death is enough to do it. Interesting. I didn't know that. Threatening him with death was enough. Okay, that's pretty cool. Or was he gonna kill me? What exactly happened here? I don't quite understand what happened. That's interesting. And how the hell do I get out of his house? Oh, there's a door right there. And I have the key too, because I've had it earlier. All right, well,
Death must either not come at all.
it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't you worry. Oh, they're shooting at me. It was a good threat. Yeah, it's true.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me... Oh, so... Yulia. All right, let me... Oh, poor girl. I'll go.
There we go. We got him to do our bidding. He's doing our bidding. Ow! That hurt. I ran into a wall. Oh. Oh yeah, he's gonna be cured of his bonitis.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
You can suck it. Oh yeah, I can just get in. All I have to do is go in because I got the key.
I am delighted and
I need to like find the evidence of his ill deeds.
And now, I make this solemn promise to
Evidence of his ill deeds. You know, I might be able to like, you know, I wonder if he's the one that like made like one of the current magistrate's daughter disappeared. I wonder if he was behind it.
I hereby announce a day of, well, I should think, a day of celebration. I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. Yes.
Yeah. Hilarious. Whoops.
I'm not supposed to be in here.
Yeah, well.
Talk. What business?
How would you like some help getting back?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I don't think Malleus is who he says he is.
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that?
Just a hunch. I was hoping we could figure out his true identity together.
You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
I want to force him to withdraw from the election.
To withdraw? Listen, I may not be Penelope to his Ulysses, but
biochemist!
His plans to become a magistrate? You must think me quite mad. I've heard enough. Get out of here at once. Demetrius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
Alright, well, I'm gonna steal your stuff, so, you know. Oh, yes! I'm taking that!
The many shall suffer for the sins
Holy
of the
cow,
one.
I'm taking all that money. Hey, Papaya Chemist, welcome to us stealing stuff. Oh, man. That's like some good loot there. That solves like 2 birds with 1 stone. Solves 2 birds with 1 stone? That doesn't sound right. Kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Have you played this? Has anybody played this game who is in the raid? Because this is a good game and I highly recommend it.